Some sounds can't be forgotten, no matter how hard we try. The sound you just heard is embedded in my mind and was usually followed by a familiar phrase, "You've got mail." I was so excited to see if anyone sent me a message. This sound replaced the run to the mailbox and created in me a desire to embrace technology and this new mode of communication. The Sonic Boom by Joel Beckerman was an ear-opening read, one that forced me to open my ears and begin to pay attention to the world around me, much like a secret world that I hadn't been aware of before. The book has changed the way that I listen to TV, music, the radio, and spun a new light on my trip to the mall. Before reading this book, the world of sounds was impacting my subconscious in ways that I never knew. Now with the new awareness, I'm able to detect the acoustic manipulation that advertisers are using to entice me to buy their own products. Just a few pages into the book, I began thinking back to my childhood, recalling all those tunes that speak words to me. What I mean by this is when I hear a tune, the words are somehow ingrained with that tune. I can't hear the McDonald's tune without hearing "I'm loving it." The same goes for the State Farm jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The words alone don't have much meaning. It is the sound behind the words that create the connection with the company. As I read the book, I began to think about movies and the role of sound in my very favorites. I thought of Ghostbusters and how at only 8 I saw this movie for the first time and became attached to the soundtrack. My mother bought the tape and we listened to the theme song. I could see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man destroying the city in my head. The recollection and association with the sound seemed to concrete the memory in my mind. Even 30 years later, it still seems like yesterday. I've been a student of great orators and the impact of a good voice and how the dynamics of speech can influence people. We all know what a great orator our current president is. He can change his tone, pitch, and speed to pull in likely voters. Many others come to mind. Joel Osteen, a successful preacher in the Houston area. Joel has a way about him, even if you can't see his big smile, that puts people at ease and encourages them to send money to pay the mortgage on his mega mansion. Of course, we can't talk about voice unless we mention Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What a voice, and what an incredible impact that voice has had at changing our current day. As I reflect on the impact this book has had on me, the following were my top 4. 1. Opportunity to use sound in branding. I have been around marketing for 10 years and have rarely considered sound. It wasn't part of my wheelhouse when I considered creating a brand. 2. The opportunity to leverage known sounds to get people's attention and create new experiences, even recall memories of the past. There are so many prominent sounds of the past that have the immediate effect of attaching buyers and users to a specific event. These sounds cause us to think and reflect and may even cause us to make purchasing decisions we may have not made without the sound trigger. 3. Bad sound is worse than no sound. The example provided in the reading was the eco-friendly Sun Chip bag. I remember the day I held my first bag. I laughed and laughed and laughed. I remember my sister-in-law eating chips from a bag while watching a movie. There wasn't much listening to the movie when that bag was moving. Finally, the right sound is hard to nail. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of failure. The example about AT&T was fantastic. It didn't come off without a hitch. However, when they got it right, everyone knew it. Joel Beckerman, nice job. Your objective of opening my ears was accomplished.